ladies and gentlemen, and all the core gamers out there. CAJman777 here, welcoming you to episode 18 of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes today. Last time, I slowly lost my sanity level trying to make stupid jumps and was making stupid mistakes all throughout the episode. Luckily, by the end of the episode, my sanity was back up to 100% and it slowly recovered throughout the episode as we started to do good things. But this time around, we are actually going to be going to look for the final Dark Temple key of Sanctuary Fortress. And I have a pretty good idea of where it is. There are two areas actually in the Dark Temple that we haven't checked. So we might actually be doing the area boss in this episode. So I hope you guys are excited for that, because I love the area boss to Sanctuary Fortress. It is my favorite boss in the entirety of Metroid Prime 2. Not even the final boss tops this next boss, because this next boss we're going to fight, the next Temple Guardian, will make you use all of your abilities in many unique ways, actually, which is really cool. But obviously, as we go into Sanctuary Fortress one more time to begin the Dark Temple hunt, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our donators over there on Patreon: Jazzy Floof, Valentine Blaze, MickeyPhorGens, MaddiLeigh, Thomas, Eraisuithon Sotiri, and Liotos the Lotus for their continued support to the channel. So, let's get this done, shall we? So, the first thing we're going to end up doing, we're actually going to have to hop back through this dark door here, and actually do quite a bit over here, which is, I think, really neat, and actually it's kind of really needed, so we can do this properly. But we do need to go all the way back through here, which at the end of this will activate a dark portal, which we will actually activate here, because we are going to hop through this portal. And because we have screw attack, we have nothing to fear. And there's a light beam on the other side of this door. However, there's a dark beam on the other side as well. We will have to go down there later, down here, to do some things. In fact, I might take a quick trip down there, but we're going to end up coming back here anyway to Sanctuary Fortress to do some stuff. The thing is, with the Dark World and the Ing Hive, the Ing Hive, which is obviously the opposite to Sanctuary Fortress, it's called the Ing Hive. It's rather interesting to see how everything is actually split up. Like, everything is really split up in the Ing Hive, and there's not really a lot of opportunities to go, like, pick up other items and stuff. So, you have to take what you can get and when you can get it. And I do know where the final item is. It's actually going to be in our main... It's actually going to be in the main room that we are going to be going to. But I am going to be stocking up on everything throughout this episode. So you're going to see me switch over to Light Beam. You're going to see me switch to Dark Beam. You're going to see me try and get as much ammo and health and missiles as possible, so we can move on and actually get this boss done. Now, the reason I'm heading this way really quickly is because I believe I missed a pickup in the Hazing Cliff. So we are actually going to take a quick look over at the at this area of the map, and we're gonna boost ball across, because I think some dark pirates can spawn here. So we're gonna head over here because I think I missed an item over here. I don't know if I got it, but I don't remember. Oh yes, that's right, because we needed screw attack to technically get across this room. There was also Metroids, dark Metroids, you know, they're fun to deal with. They grow in size and they do lots of damage. Lots and lots of damage. So this thing here, Dark Diligence shown, unit gains high-powered burst of light, and that's what we're gonna do. So I don't actually think I got this here. Frank. Yeah, I didn't get it. See, I knew it. I knew my intuition was correct. I knew I could have had at least... I think actually I could have 190 missiles going into this fight, but there was one I didn't bother picking up because it's easier to pick it up in the post game. Also, I could have technically just did this to get across, because we picked up screw attack in the last episode, and it's very useful. It's very, very useful. So with that out of the way, we do actually need to stay in the Dark World actually for this entire episode. Because we are actually definitely going to be fighting the boss. this episode. I feel it in my bones. We're going to be fighting the boss. We also are almost completely maxed out on light and dark ammo. We can have a maximum of 200. I'm sorry, 250, not 200. And we have currently 200 capacity out of 250 available to us. So we're almost there. There is one more beam ammo expansion we have to pick up later down the line, and that is in a later... It's in a Dark World much earlier in the game that we can pick. It's locked behind an echo wall that we need to use the echo visor for, hence why I could not get it. So that's something... That's a nice little tidbit for yours. I'm actually going to light beam up here because once we enter this main room... I'll wait for it to load as well. Once we go through this main area, this is where all the majority of the action is going to happen. I tried to kill the Ing. I tried to kill him. I tried to kill him, but now I got to fight him because he's a jerk. Luckily, I could fight him in the light, and obviously he stepped into the light portal, so that helps. And obviously, you guys can hear the sound waves coming, and that'll activate that for us, just allowing us to head into the next room. A lot of sound wave bouncing going on right now. Sanctuary Fortress has a lot of sound wave bouncing that you can use. So... You may notice there's no glass here. I can just jump right out. You may notice that there are also a few doors that we cannot quite get to. I'm actually going to hop up here really quick because obviously this is the dark version of the room where we fought Dark Samus. But that is not why I'm walking into this room. Should be a warrior Ing in here. There is a warrior Ing in here. He's right behind me. I'm not going to let him hit me. Would love the door to load. And right here is actually going to be a ammo station, which is convenient for what we're about to do. So I'm going to try not to use any of my light, dark beam ammo or anything like that. There's not many of these ammo stations in the game. This one is just in such a good spot, though I needed to grab it. There is also a save point that we can access. So as you can see, we have 185 and 200 ammo for everything, and we are actually gonna try and get out of this room without the warrior Ing getting too much in my way here, because I don't want him bothering me. He's gonna bother me. He's gonna bother me. He's gonna be a jerk. Nobody likes you. I'm gonna walk right by you, man. I don't even care. Don't even care. We got a boss to fight in this episode, because right up there, you see it. You see it. That's the last key. Right there. I gotta shoot that tentacle. Shoot the tentacle. Thank you. There is a door there that I believe is... One of these is a save station. I think it's down here, maybe. Yeah, right here is the save station for sure. I'm not gonna bother grabbing a save station quite yet, though. But that is a save station. I'll just refill on energy before we get to where we need to go. So I did have to use a missile there to open the door. I can get that missile back pretty easily, though. No big deal. I need to now get on here and powerbomb. I need to get rid of all these tentacles with power bombs, so I can safely get up here and grab the final temple key. All Ing Hive temple keys have been found. So you guys know what that means. It means it's boss time! I like it when it's boss time! Sure, all of you do too. Boss time is the best time in Metroid Prime. We like boss time. Unless it's Alpha Blog. Alpha Blog can go screw himself. I don't like Alpha Blog. He's the only underwater boss in the entire trilogy! And nobody likes him for that reason. Now, I am actually going to go take that save now. I'm not actually going to take the save itself. But I am going to... Actually, I need to take the save. Because if I die on the boss, which is completely likely, it is possible. So, if this video corrupts, which I hope it doesn't, it shouldn't, we'll be doing that. So we're going to be getting the temple energy and obviously picking up a few more items that we can get after this boss. Because obviously every boss in Metroid Prime, major boss, drops an upgrade. So with that, we are on our way to the temple boss. So I am going to try and stay within the shield areas as much as possible. I know there's not one up here right now. But here is the temple door. And it's actually, it's a room early for the temple door. That is because they allow you to sit and heal for a second or two. Before, obviously, you enter the boss room. Because this next boss is very unique. This next boss, much like kind of when we fought Chaika, but not like when we fought Chaika. Rather than the shields in Chaika's second phase, like, for example, in Chaika's second phase, the shields were really, really small. This boss itself has no safe zones. You will be constantly taking damage on this boss. So here we go. I'm actually going to skip the elevator jump here. Remember how I said there was a mech? Remember the mech that was shown in the hologram? This is the mech. And it is my favorite boss. And you will see why. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Quadraxis. Quadraxis is a multi-legged mech. He is super powerful and possesses the capabilities of the Annihilator Beam. So, the trick with Quadraxis' first phase, you'll see some flashing shoulders. What you're going to want to do with these flashing shoulders is you are going to want to blast super missiles at the flashing shoulders as much as possible. He has, it does take a few good hits to blast the super missiles off his shoulders, and your shots can bounce if you do position it wrongly. So you do want to be careful with that. He also, obviously, with his legs, it's very dangerous because his legs can create shockwaves. However, you can break these, his legs, and if you want to stay alive, you want to break these so he doesn't create the shockwaves. And it does, any of these legs you break, it does give an ultra energy unit drop, so you are going to want to keep your health and ammo throughout this fight just constantly up, because he has a plethora of attacks. He's got power bomb launchers on his legs. Quadraxis also has the Annihilator Beam in his capabilities. He's got minigun hands, or a minigun laser eye. He's got just a lot of really cool attacks, and actually probably one of the coolest boss themes, for sure. So with that right now, I'm actually going to let you guys take a quick listen to Quadraxis' boss theme as I beat Quadraxis down here. Alright, so obviously with Quadraxis' theme being as epic as it is, and the boss fight being just as intense, and he's spamming the power bomb attack right now. Are you serious? Come on. Oh my god, Quadraxis! Don't do this, man! I love you, but I hate you when you spam that. Alright, let's go back to his leg units. He's got missiles. The next leg should be this one, right? Yeah. That's 2. Every time you do break his one of his leg units, all 4 of his shoulder units, all 4 of the power bomb units on his feet do respawn. So what you can do to avoid this is if you actually screw attack, you can avoid it, which is very nice. Oh, this attack you want to get in the boost ball for. He targets a high-powered laser on you, and obviously you don't want to mess with that laser. In this attack, he's got his spinning method here. It's just a really powerful spinning attack. Both his leg units are in the back, which I'm not a fan of. Oh no! Alright, that's fine. He drops plenty of ultra energy during this fight, so I'm not in too big of a concern. Here, I'm gonna lock onto this leg. No, 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 that leg, please. Hit it. I need another. That attack does a lot of damage, by the way. That is like a super-powered beam. You don't want to get hit by that with that leg down as well. He's going back into Tornado. Ah, damn it. The Tornado, like, you have to see coming immediately. You just kind of have to be ready for it. Or else you do take a lot of damage from it. Yes. Alright, last leg. And then we activate the next phase. The last leg's actually right here. One more hit. He's gonna do that thing, and I'm gonna blast him with the super missile. Ooh, I was hoping it was gonna recover in time. It didn't. It should now. Nope. Nope. Right there. Oh, it stopped. Really? Come on. There it is. Nice. All right. So now we're going to activate Quadraxis' second phase here. Second phase of Quadraxis is very interesting. Just like all the quads and all the mechs that we've been fighting, the head unit can separate. This one in particular, though, is rather special. There's an antenna that appears right here on the middle of Quadraxis. So what you want to do for... Oh, no. What you want to do for this phase is you want to kind of break the center lock-on point. So you want to lock on to this. You want to hit this right here. You want to hit this with a lot of light beam. Luckily, there is some auto aim in this game, so you can hit it really quickly. That didn't hit me, which is hilarious. And after you break that, Quadraxis' head unit will shut down. Unfortunately, you cannot lock on to Quadraxis' head unit during this fight. During this phase. So what you need to do is you need to constantly shoot beam shots at it. And of course, when you break one, he does drop items. But along with that, he also drops a Dark Quad MB. And the process just kind of repeats. So what you want to do is you kind of want to stay away from the Dark Quad MB as much as you can. And if you get time, blast some light beam ammo into this. This is where the light beam definitely comes in handy here. Light beam does a lot of damage, and if you can hit everything you need to and break the head unit on Quadraxis, you can do quite a bit of damage. So you want to try and hit this antenna as much as possible with the light beam. The auto aim does help quite a bit here. This phase is actually the easiest one he has, except, you know, the dangerous part about it is that all the constant while he's just dropping mechs at you. But I found a really cheap tactic that if you get a mech obviously stuck behind the wall, they can't do nothing. The mech can do nothing. So all the while Quadraxis is doing this damage to me. The last antenna though for Quadraxis is probably the most annoying, as it is on the back of his head. So you do need to kind of get like under him as much as possible, and that will end the second phase really easily. He's got his Annihilator Beam, he's got his laser, he's got his rockets. And now comes to the third phase of the fight, which is the final phase of the Quadraxis fight. So, in this phase, and in the final phase, what you want to do is you can lock onto Quadraxis' head. You're going to want to damage it with a charged light beam. And during this, the final head module will start to move left or right toward one of these boost ball pads. During this, while he's stunned like this, you want to get near one of Quadraxis' leg units. Get up top, boost ball away, jump on top of the head, and he's got 2 bomb slots in his head. You do this twice, and your fight is done. Charged light beam makes this fight really, really easy. So you just gotta see where he's going. Okay, I'm gonna meet him at this leg unit, and you technically only get 1 shot at this at the units as well. So you just kind of wait for it. You can drop a power bomb here if you like. I usually don't. Drop a power bomb here. That should make it. Yes, it did. It barely got it. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is Quadraxis. That fight actually was pretty much flawless. And so we get the most powerful beam in the game. The Annihilator Beam. A mix of light and dark beam ammo. The Annihilator Beam uses 1 of each to fire homing shots at enemies. It's extremely, extremely useful. And it will be used for a lot of things. Ladies and gentlemen, the Annihilator Beam. Annihilator Beam acquired. Press C to change the Annihilator Beam. And with Quadraxis' defeat, you may notice that there was a platform in the middle this entire time. And we're going to use it. We're going to use it. We're going to climb it. And we're going to go to this Annihilator Beam door that's right here. Right there. Not that one. We're going to go to the one on the right. Because over here, there's an item we can get. And I'm going to be taking a lot of damage doing this. But that's why I've saved grabbing the energy controller. Because Annihilator Beam. So, right here. These things. Inkstore. Really annoying. You get inside these things, they, like, drain your health like no tomorrow. However, it's a shortcut. It's a shortcut back to the aerial training site. No other point behind this room. I thought there was an item in here, but I know there's an item in the light world of this. I thought there was an item in here. Let me check. No, I guess so. I guess it was just it's just a shortcut back to aerial training site in case you need to get more items, which I mean you can do, and we will do. But yeah, let's just get out of here. Let's go grab our energy controller and let's get this done. Now, as I said, it uses 1 light and 1 dark beam ammo per shot. It also uses, I think it's 10 per charge. It's 10 or 5 of each beam per charge. This beam is easily the strongest in the game in terms of raw damage output. Dark Beam is still your best go-to option if you want to get rid of enemies quickly. Just Dark Beam Missile combo. It's so nice. If you don't want to deal with enemies, certain enemies, Dark Beam Missile, they're gone. Annihilator Beam works very good against light or dark, works very well against light world enemies. Dark world enemies do take a little more damage. And as many of you know, we are playing this on hard mode. So, Annihilator Beam does help out just a tremendous amount. With this. And with that, we are going to pick up the energy controller to the energy for Sanctuary Fortress here. And we are going to return it in this episode here. And there's going to be our energy restored Return its energy to its temple on Aether, and that is exactly what we're gonna do. Now, you may notice I will keep my Annihilator Beam out pretty much at all times now throughout the rest of this run, unless I need to go through a door. Just because it's so powerful. Provided I have enough ammo, of course. When you get low on ammo, it does drop both. Which is, it's convenient that it does drop both, and I appreciate that it drops both kinds of ammo when you do get low on ammo. And obviously, with us being able to break the Annihilator Beam doors, we can do a lot of really cool stuff now. Those Sonic Pulses, the ones that we needed another weapon for, where there was a weird symbol, this is it. Now, if you hit a beacon with the Annihilator Beam charge and scan it, you get a super beacon. This not only will draw dark creatures toward it, but will instantly kill them when they touch it. It's a very powerful beam. You can do the same for the light crystals as well. Oh, that's why they had you do the, because you actually can't jump up. That's why. I remembered why they had me go through this door then. Nah, I missed it. Ah! That's actually, you can make that. It's just really tricky. Because with everything being in red, it's very hard to fight that way. But anyways, we are going to be going into the light version of this world here. And we're going to return the energy to the temple on Aether. Give me that Annihilator Beam. That sweet, sweet Annihilator Beam. And we're going to roll through this thing storm like real fast. They do slow you down. They do quite a bit of damage as well. And we can scan this door now as well. And that'll give us that. And what I like doing in this next room is if there's a dark enemy, I'll just shoot a beacon or a light crystal. Like this, and scan it, get our super crystal. Also, you may notice my health is recovering a lot faster. That's another effect that the Annihilator Beam has on these crystals. You shoot it with a... You shoot it, and you get a much, much better health recovery than you would with light beam recovery. I believe it's literally 1 a second, so it's very, very nice. So if you're ever low on health and there's a dark portal nearby, you just kind of hop toward the dark portal and do it that way. And I see some space pirates. And the real cool thing about Annihilator Beam, as well, is that it doesn't matter which beam you hit the light or dark portals with now, Annihilator Beam will activate them both. Gonna hear some Space Pirate theme for a little bit. Just kidding. Gonna screw attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna hit with a missile here, probably. Now these bastards! Oh, I hate these guys so much. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Oh, only one of the missiles hit. Stop doing that, missile, please. I do not want to be shot by these things. These things did a lot of damage to me in the other episode. Right. So, now that we have Annihilator Beam, we can do this. I believe that's mid. No, that's the wrong one. Oh. There we go. It's all about sound wave cues, and of course we're just gonna get a missile expansion out of it. But who cares? Missile expansion acquired. And that is going to give us that. And this is actually also going to bring us right back to exactly where we need to go. Because we actually need to go back into this main gyro chamber here. Because there is another pickup we can get there. And then we're going to have to go to Umos. We'll probably go to Umos in the next episode. As well. Because Umos is going to give us actually the final item in the game. That we need. We have all the pickup items. Umos is going to give us one now. Which is kind of nice. And obviously, with a lot of the sound wave bouncing tricks now, there are certain areas in the game where we can use it. One of them is Aegon Waste, which is really cool. But so we're gonna be returning the energy very quickly to the temple, and I'm just gonna screw attack to it because I have the distance. He's going the distance, and he's going for speed. So let us roll in. Let's pop this up. Let's get this spawn. Let's get this energy returned. And yeah. There's not a lot to say left. We are almost done with Metroid Metroid Prime 2, guys. We just got the item hunting to 255 and the 250 and the power bombs, and that's it. And I remember where most of the items are. So, like, through this run, there's some items we need to get. Oh, we also need to get 2 beam combos. We're missing 2 beam combos. But we are almost done. That is all 3 temples. Now it's just a matter of exploration. A little bit of backtracking to pick up some of the other items, and obviously each area had an Annihilator door. So we need to go access those Annihilator doors as well, along with pick up their Dark World counterparts. And I suppose that's why a lot of people don't like Metroid Prime 2, because of needing not only 3 temples, but then you have to backtrack through the Dark World to find Sky Temple keys. And there's like 2 or 3 in each world. I think there's one that you get right at the Great Temple, I think. Which we haven't seen the dark version of the Great Temple yet, but we'll get to it very, very soon. Because obviously, with that being pretty much our end goal objective. But before that, as we pick up everything, we're going to be doing a bunch of item hunting. As we did in Metroid Prime 1, because we're 100%ing this game. Not for scans, just for items. Energy transfer complete. This temple's energy has been restored. And with that, we can now go to Umos. But before I go to Umos, I might actually take a... We might, believe it or not, take a quick side trip to Aegon Waste. There's a reason we might take a quick side trip to Aegon Waste, and I can show you, and I will explain to you why when we do actually get to Aegon Waste, because there are some items that we could not get before in Aegon Waste, and technically we don't really need the final upgrade in order to access anything in Aegon Waste. We need the final upgrade to access things in Sanctuary, and we need the final upgrade to access like one thing in Torvus. Or a few things in Torvus. I forget. There's like there's a couple items where there's just the next item we get will solve all of our problems pretty much. But there are some items we are going to be picking up first. But before we call it an episode, there is a power bomb expansion, I believe it is, that we will be picking up, and it involves another one of these Soundwave cues. And I'm just gonna completely ignore this guy. And as I blast the cannon through him. We're gonna hop into the main gyro chamber here. We're gonna actually drop down the elevator. We're actually gonna drop down both elevators. Because you may have remembered that down here on this door there was another sound wave barrier. So we're gonna flip up the echo visor here. I think it was this. I remember the combo because it doesn't change from game to game. I remembered it because it doesn't change from game to game. And with this kinetic orb cannon, you can say goodbye to the dynamo orb. And hello, power bomb expansion. And that puts us at 5 of 8. I know where the rest of the power bomb expansions are. So, with that out of the way, we can now go and call it an episode. We did a lot. We got a lot done. Well, we didn't actually get a lot done in this episode, as the majority of this episode was my favorite boss fight in the game. But I'm not complaining. It's my favorite boss fight in the game. The final boss is pretty good. Final boss would definitely rank second for me, but we'll get to the final boss when we get to it, but we got a long way to go. So, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. This was a really fun one for me to record. It's going to be a really fun one for me to edit as well, as I'm obviously recording this before I edit it because I have to. But next episode, we're going to be taking a quick trip back to Aegon Waste and then visiting Umos to receive our final objective. So I hope everybody enjoyed this episode once again. And until then, this is CAJ-Man 777 signing off. What a great way to sign off with that botched ending. Oh, man. Anyways, guys, stay safe. And this is CAJ-Man 777 signing off.